Hey guys, so it's late and I'm on my way home, and I was just thinking about how I really got to a point in my life where I really started thinking differently about friendships. And I want to start this off by saying that time really does heal everything. And I feel like what's really making it hard for a lot of people, if you find yourself struggling with healing or whatever the case may be, in your journey, and it's something that's just like everyone kind of struggles with. But I feel like our culture of like everything has to be done right here and right now, that's what's going to kind of hold you back. Because to be honest, like, it took me a very long time to heal from my friendship wounds. Like, I had friends that I just really thought were like my girls, like, and like they betrayed me. They, found out that they was jealous of me because they told me, whole time I'm just like overlooking it. I'm kind of hurt, I'm over here bleeding, hurt about, this person's actions, and to come to find out, I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt, thinking this is my girl, and like, whatever the case may be. And whole time it's like she was jealous of me, and it was like the most hurtful thing, like, because I saw it, but I wasn't in that space. I'm like, no, my girl is like so pretty, like I love her, like like she's fab, like we're good. Like I didn't think anything of it. I just thought she was kind of mean a little bit, but like when you're young, whatever. And I just think for me too, like, I'm very loyal. I'm not saying I'm loyal to abuse, obviously I should have trusted my intuition, but that was a lesson for me, and it was very hurtful. And I can honestly say I'm actually a lot different. Like, I'm actually willing to I'm a little bit different. Like, I'm willing to hold on to my friendships with like my girlfriends versus like my relationships. Like, I've always been very cutthroat in my relationships. Like, I'm actually like gonna drop you today. I should have dropped you yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, I'm actually very cutthroat in that way. But I feel like with my girlfriends, like, I'm very like, really trying to make it work. And I've always kind of been that way. So anyway, I was really hurt by it, and it took a long time. And it wasn't even just that one. There were some other ones over the course of years. And I just think for me, also growing up, having been bullied and everything, like, I didn't really have the right mindset around female friends. And it wasn't until I got a little bit older, which is like, i.e. now, I started praying for like new friends and stuff like that. Because for me, I've always been the type of person that has always kind of been like mindful of what really makes me happy, and I've always felt like it was the times when I was spending it with my friends. And like, I feel like that's even what makes it more enjoyable. My life is a little different. I feel like I've always been alone. I've done the things like, girl, I didn't travel alone, I eat alone, I do, you know what I mean? So I feel like for me, the journey is a little different. Like, a lot of people, be comfortable alone. Like, me personally, I'm actually at this point now where it's like I'm actually tired of being alone, because I'm always alone. I've always been alone. Like, anyone who knows me knows that. Like, that's just my thing. And I still enjoy my alone time. Obviously, I'm human. But like, yeah, so it really wasn't until I started thinking right about friends and like really healing. But through all of that, man, it really just took time. Like, it literally just took time. Like, I look up and I'm kind of shocked. Like, wow, I'm so open now with people. And like, I would honestly say this too. If you are getting to that point where you have a similar story like mine, and you were betrayed by your girlfriends, and now you're like, okay, I want some new homegirls. Like, I feel like if you find yourself being open and feeling like you have to be guarded, because I also used to be someone who was very guarded, and even still to this day, like, it's not even really giving guard, it's more so just giving like discernment. But I think when you keep your guards up, it makes it very hard to kind of see who's really for you, right? Because when you're yourself, like, if I'm being myself and someone say something shady, or someone try to slight me, or whatever the case may be, then I just know that this is not the person for me. And it's like, I kind of take it as that, and I move around. But it's like, if you're, being guarded, you're being closed off, like, it's, I'm not going to say you can't still see it with the person, but it's like, no, you need to just be yourself, because you being you is, you're going to see right here and there, like, very suddenly, like, who is for you and who isn't. So I definitely think, if you're putting yourself back out there, you're making new friends, be open, like, open your heart, open your mind, and, you will see, like, if, people receive you or not. You will, girl, gotta let you know, okay? And if not, then you dust your feet. And let your peace be returned unto you, okay? So that's just my little, it's giving testimony. It's my little testimony. And I'm very grateful because, like I said, for me, I've always wanted good girlfriends. Like, I'm just I'm really such a girl's girl. Like, I really am. And like, I love my friends. I love loving on my friends. And like, you know, it just feels so good to be supported by your friends. Sisterhood is completely unmatched. It's 100% unmatched. And it's just nothing like it. And it's like, I could just really see why men love us, because it's like, yes, like, we're fabulous, you know? So it's great. Love being a woman. Love your friends. If you're healing, girl, keep going. And, you know, just know that, like, it takes time. It literally takes time. Like, time heals all things. I'm telling you. Like, you'll look up and be like, wow. Like, I look up and I'm like, wow, look at me out here sharing little facts about me, like what I ate for breakfast. Girl, why? I used to be like, like, I ain't talking to nobody. I wouldn't talk to people. Girl, listen, you would have to pull teeth. You would have to pull teeth to get something out of me. Like, now it's like, I was so shocked to see me talking to people. Like, and you wouldn't get that vibe from this video, but I've always been like this in my own time. Like, in my own time, in my own space. Anybody who really knows me knows I've always been very much bubbly. And I think you can still kind of get that from my personality. But for the most part, when I used to enter social circles, girl, y'all wasn't gonna get a lick out of me. I was very much unfriendly. Like, yeah. And it really makes sense, too, why I didn't really have a lot of friends after that. Because it's like, you know, God tells us, you know, show yourself as friendly. You know, and you show yourself as friendly, you'll have friends. And that was never me. It was like, girl, trying to get to know me was like pulling teeth, honey. It was like, you're not getting this out of me. You're not getting this information out of me. Like, you're not. I was very much like solo dolo. Listen, funny story. My coworker tried to take me home one night because I don't know. I think my car got towed. Girl, I don't know. I probably wasn't driving. I don't know. I was young, 21. I can't really remember. But I remember he was like, okay, what's your address? Like, I'll take you home. And I just was not giving my address. And I remember he was like, okay, I'll send you an Uber. Get you an Uber to send you home. Like, I ended up running into him recently at a bar because he worked there, and I was so weak. His name was I ain't gonna listen to me. See, now I'm doing the most oversharing. I was gonna tell you his name, not like it mattered, but anyway, I ran into him. And he just was like, oh my God, do you remember when you were just like not willing to? And it was so funny because it's like, just thinking about how tight I used to be. Like, I literally did not let this person take me home. I did not let them take me home. I did not let them give me an Uber. Like, and I knew the person, so it really wasn't giving that. But I'm just giving an example to just show you where I was versus where I am today. He was like, you were really like, I'm like, okay. Because he was like, where do you live? And I was like, down the street. He was like, okay, where do you live? I'm like, around the corner. And that's how I really used to be. Like, that's so crazy. Looking back, it's just so funny. But it's like, I'm just so grateful that God has really opened my heart. And again, like, if you're in that space where you're not ready, just know that, like, God will do it. But I think that it's a season for everything. You know, it's a season for everything. Like, I think it's a season for you to be alone with God. I think it's a season for you to, you know, be cultivated, to be stronger. I feel like me going through that, you know, it had to be a purpose. I might not have the answer right now. I'm not even going to try to bring that revelation full force right now because I don't know. I'm kind of getting the revelation, like, you know, but, yeah, it's just beautiful. Life comes full circle, but through it all, you gotta give yourself time, you know. And one thing about me too, I've never been ashamed of like my feelings, you know, and feeling what I'm feeling, and like just allowing myself to really feel whatever it is that I'm feeling, and not, you know, shaming myself or trying to hurry up and ready myself for something else. You know, I remember you have a little breakup, you know, people be like, oh, you need to just, you know, get over it. I never was that type of person. I'm grieving. Okay, this is grief, honey. This is grief 101. She's here, and I have to feel her and welcome her, and we have to let her take her course. And when she's ready to go, then she's going to bounce, and God's going to replace this with some joy, okay? So just know that, you know, God is going to comfort you in your morning. I hope this video kind of made you laugh, and yeah, you know, keep your heart open. It's a very beautiful thing. I think that there's so much more for you. You have no idea what's out there, you know, and just know that, like, if you're healing, you feeling like you're not ready, that's okay. And you're probably not ready. That's absolutely okay. You're not going to miss anything. When you come out, when you're ready, you know, when God brings that butterfly moment, that full circle moment, girl, you know, or guy, you know, like, you're gonna be ready, you know. But just get to a point where it's like, You know that you're healing. You know you're going through your process. You know you're taking your time. But, stay prayerful. Like, pray that God will soften your heart and work on things. And just know that it takes time. When I think about all the prayers I prayed, oh my God, it's crazy. Because I feel like I've never really been the type of person, I pray for things. I feel like I pray for things now more than ever. I mean, it's not y'all business, but I pray for things now more than ever. But I used to pray for things like confidence. I used to pray for things like, soften my heart. I pray for things like that. And so it's like, I feel like those are the prayers that really matter, because it's like you start to, and I'm not going to say that, having nice things or whatever doesn't matter, or blessings or whatever doesn't matter. But when you start to see God changing you and really working on your heart and really answering your prayers and sharpening your character and stuff like that, that is just probably one of the most beautifulest things. It's one of the most beautifulest things. You really be like, wow. And it's just something that's just so surreal about that. I just feel like I'm so grateful, because you know how it be. Things just come and go. It's like, girl, I didn't probably pray for so much stuff that's in my house right now. I don't even know, girl, when, who, where, why. Girl, I don't even, you know what I mean? But to see God really helping me, because when you get hurt, it's hard. It's very hard. Healing is hard. Pain, trauma, it's hard. It's hard. It is not something that's easy. It's not a cookie clutter. Get a journal. No, it's very hard, and it changes you. Sometimes, I was watching The Equalizer, and he said, that's two types of pain. I love a good Denzel movie, okay? But he said it's two types of pain. He said the pain that, what did he say? He said the pain that harms, and I think it was the pain that alters or something like that. It was just so crazy. And it's that's how I felt. I really felt like I had been through so much in my life that it changed me. It really altered me. And I didn't know if I was ever going to be myself again, but I just kind of had to stick it out. And, at the time when you're young and even if you're going through something right now, your first thought is it's never, okay, this is going to make me better. It's just more to wow, this really changed me. I'm not even thinking about, I'm just kind of sitting with this, wow, this is really crazy. You know what I mean? I don't know. If you get it, you get it. But yeah, so I thank God for that. I'm home from work. I'm getting ready to relax. I'm tired. Girl, you get off of work and you be tired. Girl, you be tired. I didn't even work that long today, but girl, I'm still tired. So what? I got me a book on the way. Girl, when I tell you, when you do that healing work, oh, honey. Girl, when I tell you, I used to think I had to be the COOO. I needed to have 7 LLCs. And don't get me wrong, I still want my little business. Check that. I still want my businesses. I still want to do what I'm going to do. But girl, when I tell you, I'd be like, oh, honey, this is for the birds. Who can do this? Who? Girl, I'd be like, who? I'm telling you, you do that healing work, you get, not only do you get to yourself, God open your heart, girl, you get to really see what you really desire, which is a beautiful thing, because it's we live in society today, girl, where it just kind of gives I think it's time to wrap up the video. But yeah, I just we live in a society today where it's just kind of you always getting a new desire. They always pulling on your heartstrings. So it's when you really do that healing work, girl, God get to the root and the fruit. Girl, get to the root and the fruit. You be like, hold up. What I really want? What do I really want? Okay. Love you guys. Bye.